In this edition of RIN TV, fallout continues from JP Morgan's $2 billion loss, Britain lobbies the EU for an extension on Iran oil ban, speculation swirls about Aviva's future, Zurich UK and Beazley announce financial results, and RIN TV has a candid talk with BIBA CEO Eric Galbraith. All this and more, you're watching World Risk and Insurance News on RIN TV. Hello, I'm Marisa Christian, and here's the news affecting the global insurance industry. Within days of JP Morgan's announcement of a $2 billion loss due to synthetic credit positions, Fitch downgraded the bank's long-term debt, and S&P put JP Morgan on negative outlook. Many expect JP Morgan's chief investment officer and other executives involved with the trades to leave the firm. Some politicians are calling for even more regulation of the financial services sector, fearing a whole new crisis of confidence. Britain is pushing the European Union to postpone a ban on insurance for tankers carrying Iranian oil for up to 6 months beyond the July 1st deadline. The ban would prevent EU insurers and reinsurers from covering tankers carrying its crude anywhere in the world. London's financial district is the center for marine insurance, and a diplomat told Reuters that UK officials fear the ban would lead to damaging spikes in oil prices. And now, for more news from the UK, let's go to our own Brian Scott Smith for a special London market report and a special guest.
Yes, I'm here in London. Lots to talk about, but the big news continues to be Aviva. After a shareholder revolt led to the resignation of CEO Andrew Moss, many UK brokers fear that the UK's largest insurer could put its UK business up for sale. Aviva's share price has underperformed, down 32% in the past 12 months, and analysts believe frustrated shareholders flexed their muscles over the group's poor management. Aviva could decide to split its general insurance and life divisions to maximise their sale price. Meanwhile, Aviva is deciding on just who will run the insurer going forward. Andy Haste, former CEO of RSA, and Trevor Matthews, Aviva's Developed Markets Executive Director, are thought to be the main contenders. In other insurance news, Zurich's UK operations posted a $32 million operating profit for the first quarter of 2012. However, its UK underwriting division posted an $8 million loss, and overall gross written premiums and policy fees fell from $502 million from $540 million for the same period last year. Lloyd's insurer Beazley announced a rise of 9% in gross written premiums to $465 million for the first quarter. The increases were across all lines of business except reinsurance, where it posted a 3% drop from $78 million to $76 million. CEO Andrew Horton said that even with the exceptional events of 2011, claims activity had been benign. This week, BIBA, the UK's largest insurance intermediary organisation, is holding its annual conference and exhibition in Manchester. Earlier today, I had the opportunity to sit down with BIBA Chief Executive Eric Galbraith to discuss recent events and his outlook for the future. Here are highlights from our part one of my discussion. BIBA merged, and I want to get this correct, the Institute of Insurance Brokers in November of last year. What benefits have you seen from the merger?
I think it gave the members, the whole sector that we have, and we represent almost 2,000 brokers, it gave them a considerable voice. And in fact, the recognition from the regulator and the government and all the civil service and the departments is considerable when they see that. They like that.
What are your feelings about, the Eurozone moving forward?
I think the Eurozone at the moment is creating uncertainty for everyone, and particularly the UK. But our real focus continues in Brussels on our regulation issues that come out of Brussels. Well, at the moment, there's a lot going on in Brussels with the revision of the IMD. And that at the moment is, there is a political move to try and bring things within the IMD together with MiFID and other investment directives. And that is wrong. It is fundamentally wrong, and that political initiative needs to be checked. And we are lobbying very hard through BIPA, our European Federation, and directly to make sure we change that view and have it back to where we were before.
What's your view on Aviva at the moment?
Whether it will come together with somebody, whether we'll break it up, what they're going to do, what's their future strategy. So once they choose a new chief executive and have a look at that, we will see what's going to happen. There'll be lots of people behind the scenes looking at what they might like to happen.
And make sure to tune in to our next programme for part 2 of my interview with Eric Galbraith. That's it from London. It's back to you in New York.
Thank you, Brian. Well, that's our program. In our next edition of RIN TV, we'll have part 2 of Brian's interview with Eric Galbraith, and I'll be joined by Dr. Robert Hartwig, president and economist with the Insurance Information Institute. We hope you join us. I'm Marisa Christian. You're watching World Risk and Insurance News on RIN TV.